In a quiet neighborhood in Chicago stood an old, abandoned building known as Building Number 77. For decades, the locals avoided it, whispering stories of mysterious events and tragic deaths that had occurred there in the 1940s. Rumor had it that anyone who dared to enter would leave forever changed or not leave at all. The beginning. In 2012, a group of friends decided to explore the infamous building after hearing chilling tales about it at a nearby cafe. Adventurous and skeptical, they ignored the warnings of the locals and set out on a cold, windy night. When they arrived, the building looked as eerie as the rumors suggested. Its broken windows and crumbling facade were cloaked in darkness. The main door was locked with an old rusty chain, but it had already been broken by someone or something before them. With flashlights in hand, they stepped inside. The first thing they noticed was the deafening silence. It was as if the building itself was holding its breath. Strange discoveries. Inside, everything seemed frozen in time. Dust-covered furniture, tattered curtains, and walls scrawled with strange symbols and words in an unknown language greeted them. At the end of a long, dark hallway, they spotted a door slightly ajar, with a faint light coming from within. The air grew colder as they approached. One of them, Mark, decided to go in first. As soon as he stepped inside, a piercing scream echoed through the building, a woman's voice, filled with agony. The nightmare unfolds. The room contained a single, decrepit chair and a table littered with old photographs. The images showed people with distorted, burned faces, as if someone had intentionally defaced them. While Mark examined the photographs, the others heard heavy footsteps behind them. Turning around, they found the hallway empty. But the door they had entered through was now slowly closing on its own. Suddenly, the faint light in the room flickered and went out entirely. A sinister laugh echoed from above, as if something was crawling across the ceiling. The escape. Panic set in. They tried to open the door, but it wouldn't budge. As they banged on it desperately, they began hearing whispers in multiple voices, speaking in an incomprehensible language. One of the friends, Sarah, froze in place. Her eyes widened, and she let out a blood-curdling scream before collapsing to the ground. When she finally woke up, her face was pale, and she refused to speak a word. In a last-ditch effort, Mark smashed a small window, allowing them to escape. But as they stumbled into the cold dawn air, they noticed something chilling. Their phone showed it was 5 a.m., even though they had entered the building just after midnight. The aftermath. The days that followed were worse. Mark began seeing shadows moving in his room at night, and Sarah remained silent, sitting by her bedroom window as if waiting for something or someone. The locals believed the group had awakened a dark force that had been dormant in Building 77 for decades. The building was eventually sealed off for good, but no one knows if the malevolent presence inside ever truly left. And that brings us to the end of our terrifying journey into Building Number 77. But the question remains unanswered: were there truly dark spirits haunting that place, or was it all just hallucinations and psychological pressure? We may never know. But one thing is certain: the story will forever remain in the minds of those who experienced it, and maybe in your dreams tonight as well. If you enjoyed this thrilling tale and want more spine-chilling stories, don't forget to support us by liking this video, subscribing to the channel, and hitting the notification bell so you never miss an update. Our journey into mysterious stories is far from over, and the best is yet to come. Thank you for watching, and see you soon with another bone-chilling story.